Hey guys, so I just finished watching season 2, episode 5 of Breaking Bad, and this was another really good one. So this one kind of has, I guess, circular storytelling, I guess you could say. Very interesting camera work. This episode was, I loved it. It was so camp, it was so cool. It mixed shit up, like it wasn't the same like tedious sort of storytelling we've seen. It was just a really unique episode. Jesse on fucking top. We're gonna get there. First, I want to talk about when I was debating on whether to start Breaking Bad sooner rather than later. There was a video essay I came across. I do not remember whose it was or anything because I didn't click it because I didn't want to spoil myself. But it was something along the lines of Breaking Bad is a show about toxic masculinity. And I was like, that sounds really fucking interesting. When I finish the show, I'm going to go back and watch that video essay. But it really is. And that all came to a head for me in this episode. I'm pretty sure I talked about that video essay before and how I'm so excited to watch it. And I really still am. But toxic masculinity. Yeah. That all came to a head for me in this episode because Hank is suffering from PTSD or CPTSD. One or the other. Doesn't matter which. He is suffering from PTSD. After killing Tuco, I feel like he either feels like there's a target on his back or this is just one of those deaths where it was like, fuck, it could have been me. And it really could have been him. It really could have. Or, your body keeps the score. Your body always keeps the score. You might think, oh, I'm fine. Oh, this happened and I had no reaction to it. I'm fine. Or this has been happening for X amount of years. Oh, I'm fine. But your body always keeps the score, right? So there might be something that happens to you from age 10 to 15 and then it stops happening. And you're like, why didn't I have a negative reaction to that? And then you're 25 and you're having like night terrors, the same recurring night terrors. You're like, where the fuck is this coming from? It's all in the psychology literature that your body keeps the score. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. It doesn't matter how often or how used to it you think it was. If it is something traumatic, your body keeps the score. So Hank, like I said, whether it was all the deaths and gruesome gore and shit he's seen catching up with him, whether it was the fact that it could have been him shot dead instead of Tuco, his body finally fucking caught up with him. And now he's suffering from PTSD. Now, why do I relate this all back to the toxic masculinity video essay that I have not watched yet that I'm so fucking excited to watch? He can't even muster up enough courage to tell anyone. Mind you, this has only been one episode of us seeing him like this, but it just goes to show that he's humiliated. So what I think triggered his PTSD is the fact that everyone was super impressed with his killing of Tuco, a fucking drug lord, right? A drug lord. Everyone was so impressed, so he gets a promotion. Hey, you're gonna be seeing more of this now. You're gonna be put in even more dangerous shit. His body triggered into fucking panic mode. Even though he was excited, even though he was happy to hear that, even though it was a deserved promotion, he was excited as fuck. He was like, yeah. However, his body was fucking triggered. His subconscious mind was like, hell no, I do not want to do that. Not after what I've been through. So it's giving, okay, maybe he was like, kind of like, damn, that could have been me. I could have been the one shot dead. Maybe it was that then, because now that he's going to be in more dangerous situations, his body is like triggered by everything. He's shaky. He was on the elevator. He felt like he was fucking sinking into it. He felt like he was melting into the elevator. He was dizzy. Well, there's a fly in here. Okay. And then, at night, he hears gun sounds that apparently no one else heard. His wife apparently didn't hear them. And so he goes to investigate his house. It's nothing. And he lets out a fucking gunshot. And his wife is like, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you good? And he's just in shock. So, yeah, this all relates to toxic masculinity because it's like, you know, instead of accepting help from another man, Walt would rather sell fucking drugs, put his family through turmoil, possibly lose his wife, losing the respect of his son, and so on and so forth, instead of just getting help from another man. Hank's the same fucking way. Instead of getting the help he needs or telling someone about his symptoms, he's just gonna fucking grin and bear it. He's the, oh, I'm the brawn and the brain, ha ha ha, I'm the police chief or whatever, ha ha ha. You know, I don't need shit, I'm good, I got this all down packed. Okay, but you have PTSD and you need help and you need to see someone because his symptoms are just gonna get worse, especially if untreated. Now, Marie, knowing her, she might not be like, you should get that checked out. Maybe she will because, you know, he had her get her shoplifting checked out. So maybe she will be kind of like the support he needs. I don't know. He's definitely not going to want to lean on her because she's a woman. And it all goes back to the toxic masculinity thing. And then we see Hank to kind of like, I guess he feels cursed by the fucking teeth, right? We see him cover the grill, Tuco's grill. We see him cover the grill up with paper. He doesn't want to look at it anymore. Personally, it makes me disturbed as well. He throws it in the fucking ocean, the border. And that's what the first scene of this episode was. Migrants finding that grill. And of course, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I'm pretty sure that those are Tuco's relatives or partners or something, and they're going to know that he was fucked up and he was killed. Obviously, you're not just going to snatch a man's grill if he's alive, right? So it seems like Skylar and Walter are still kind of having this tense thing between them. Walt lies to the doctor, oh yeah, we're good, we're great. You know, he's back in chemo, he's running out of money. So of course he goes back to Jesse and he's like, all right, let's start cooking again. What choice do we have? And Jesse's like, all right, sure. We're gonna do this shit my way. Because not to say Walt has the easiest job, but he has the job where it's least, he's not in the direct line of fire. He is the cooker, right? And he is in the fucking truck, the trailer, but he's not on the streets where all the bullshit's happening. He's also a noob, right? So he doesn't really understand the risks, which he got a taste of it with Tuco. He got a taste of it. However, he doesn't really understand that shit happens. Like, yeah, you made $1,500. He wanted his full 16. And he was highly upset over that. He doesn't understand that there is like human error. There is shit that comes up. Like people get robbed, jumped, stabbed, killed. Anything can happen. Caught by the police, you're not always gonna get, you know, you have to, like Jesse was saying, like at Kmart, they have shit that breaks all the time, but they make profit. So that's just a cost of production. Like you factor in the stuff that either will go missing, is stolen, breaks, and whatever. That's just how business works. There is no 100%. There is no 100%. There is no way to get 100% of the profit you need because you have to make an account for human error. You have to, in any business, in every business. So Walt is getting fucking worse and worse and more abhorrent as the series goes on. I am running out of ways to defend him, not that I'm trying to anymore, but he's getting pretty crazy. He was the first one who said, oh yeah, you don't want to get involved with another Tuco, do you? You have to become Tuco or whatever. I forgot who said you have to become Tuco. I think it was Walt. He was like, we have to become Tuco. Okay, yeah, but you realize that he was batshit crazy. And so you're really gonna put Jesse in the position where he has to perhaps murder people? And these are his friends. And what I predict is if Jesse decides to get violent or pushy or aggressive with his friends, they're gonna double cross him. And guess what? No profit. And guess what? Right out to the police. Let Jesse run the shit the way he wants to run it. Because it's working. You missed out on one measly grand. Like, I understand he's trying to, like, get some control and look tough and look cool or whatever because his life at home is falling apart. But at the same time, I don't think he's being smart. Well, I mean, it makes sense. What he's kind of thinking is, this is like, he's thinking in the slippery slope fallacy. First it's 1 gram, then it's going to be 2, and then it's going to be 4. Pretty soon we're going to be making nothing. No, this is like one human error, which is expected in any business model for anything ever. But he's like stuck in the slippery slope fallacy. Oh, they don't respect you and shit like that. Well, just like Walt and Jesse doing business with Tuco, once Tuco got crazy, they started planning to double cross him, to kill him. They started plotting on him once he got crazy. So what do you think's gonna happen when Jesse gets crazy? The friends are gonna start plotting on him. And Walt is such a fucking goddamn hypocrite that he switches from one moment, oh, I care about Jesse. Let me stand up to Tuco for, like, on Jesse's behalf. Let me feed him breakfast. You know, let me give him half of the money. You know, like, he does good shit and he does look out for Jesse sometimes. Other times, he just disregards his life completely. And it's starting to blow me, honestly. I am the type of person where I really thought I would 100% be on Walt's side. Like, obviously what he's doing is illegal and bad for the community, but I understood where he was coming from. I understood why and everything like that. So I was pretty sure I was going to be Team Walt. At this moment in time, I think I'm fucking Team Jesse, because Walt is getting besides himself and he's only looking out for himself. Like, in the grand scheme, he's only looking out for himself. Of course, there's isolated incidents where he looks out for Jesse, but no. Why don't you get the fucking gun, Heisenberg, and you go threaten some people? You know, that would be smarter. Anyway, like, there always has to be like a good cop, bad cop kind of dynamic. Because if you just straight up fear your employers, you're not gonna fucking respect them. You're just gonna be fucking scared of them. And you're gonna grow to resent them. And then the first chance you get, you're gonna fucking plot on them. You're gonna fucking waste one of you. I mean, I can see that happening. I can see them trying to waste Jesse. Look at me picking up on the lingo. No, Walt is he's getting a little nasty. I will say that. He's getting a little besides himself. I'm so glad he called out Skylar with the cigarettes. I was thinking for a second he was going to pussy out, but no, he didn't. That was good. Skylar's like, I only had 3.5, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's still bad, bro. Like, don't try and, I mean, of course it's better than a whole fucking pack, but 3.5 is still bad, sis. But go Skylar, you know, like, stand up for yourself, bestie. You know, like, I do still feel like, based on what she knew, you know, she was kind of hard on Walt. Based on the information she had, she was hard on Walt. But she did reveal that she does kind of suspect some sus activities with his fugue state. Because she was like, I smoked these cigarettes in a fugue state. Like, okay, girl, like, so you know he was faking. So you know. But how would she know? She's never had cancer. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things where it's like, I feel like even though we have the omniscient view, Skylar doesn't have that. So I feel like these are things she should be giving Walt the benefit of the doubt on. You don't know what it's like to have cancer. You don't know what cancer is doing to his mind and body. And like the stress, the same stress that made you fucking smoke a cigarette while pregnant could be the same fucking stress that made Walt have fucking amnesia or fugue or whatever the fuck state, you know? And I feel like she's just being kind of insensitive about that. However, she is correct. So I have to give her a girl boss gatekeep. What's the other word? Girl boss gatekeep and something. I have to give her girl boss gatekeep points. girl boss gatekeep gaslight points. I have to give her that because she's right. Like, she's right to be suspicious because there is something happening. But, you know, pull us out of the story for a second. Based on the information she has, it's kind of a little bit bogus in my opinion. And then finally, I want to talk about Marie. Marie finally apologized to Skylar, which I think was really good. I love that for them because Skylar does need someone to lean on. She's suspicious of Walt. She can't really rely on him. He isn't being honest with her, and she knows that somehow. So yeah, she needs her sister. So I was glad that Marie apologized and she was crying and everything, and it was sweet and it looked genuine. And that was great for them. Now I'm really interested in this next episode to see who picked up Tuco's grill, and I do want to see what happens between Skylar and Marie, and I am just super invested in what's going to happen with Skylar and Walt. The thing I'm most interested in at this point, like, I know I'm supposed to be like, what's going to happen with the drugs now? But my thing is, this story is so well written that there's character arcs and whatnot, and like relationships, like characters playing off of one of another, which makes it even more like good. There's a lot of shit you can invest in this story. You can watch the story to see what happens with Skylar and Walt. You can watch this story to see what happens in the business of selling meth. Like, so I guess with Jesse and Walt, you can watch this story to see like a cop catch him kind of thing. There's just so many ways that this story can reel in like a lot of separate audience. And so I guess this is why this story is revered to be like one of the greatest ever, because there's just so much to invest in this story. There's so many things you can pay attention to, so many payoffs and rewards, and I just cannot wait to see where this fucking ends up. Anyways, that is all from me for this video. I'm gonna hop into the next episode right now.